Good day, crafty chums. It's Nicky here with a bit of a croaky voice, apparently. Oh, I'll just give it a few minutes to see if anybody pops in. If not, I shall just continue because I'm quite happy to do it on my own. Oh, cheers. Nice cup of tea. And I've got a glass of water by the side of me as well in case my voice goes all together. I don't know whether it will or it won't. I've been watching Patty Tolly Parish doing her stenciling, and she's got this goddamn awful cough. And she's been coughing through 3 days of live streams, I think it is now. And it's okay then. So I may have caught it from her. I don't know. But hey ho. That would be cute, wouldn't it? Be sort of ironic if you could catch something like that from watching a live stream. I know in reality it doesn't really happen, but it would be amusing, wouldn't it? So anyway, this is my Index Card Sunday, and I'm coming back to this after a bit of a break away from it. And to be honest with you, you kind of get out of the habit of doing it, and I feel like a complete noob doing this now. It's like, oh my goodness, you know, once you do it over and over, you really get into the flow of it. And then if you take a break, it's when you come back, it's like, where shall I start? Where shall I start? So yeah, I used Index Card Sunday as a way of using up some of the scraps that I amass on my table during the week while I'm doing other projects. But the only things I've been doing just lately have been my index card, not index card, what am I on about? Is my acrylic April. And so with the paint and that, it's you don't really amass scraps, but I do have some from beforehand. And so let's see. The easiest way to start is to start, and as I always say, when I see these channels that say how to break a blank page, how to break a blank page, well, the way you break a blank page is you just start, you just do it. So I'm going to just wet this one just a little bit, because what have I got here? And I put it down. I picked it up and I put it down. That is always the way, isn't it? I picked it up and I put it back down because I was going to use it, and then I decided to get everything else out as well. And now it's disappeared into the ether, into the mess that's called my desk or my craft room. Ah, where did I put that? Shocker. Let me just cogitate for a minute while I drink my cup of tea and think where I may have put that down. Look here, I'm looking behind me. It's behind you. I may have put it back in the drawer because I was in the drawer rooting around getting my things out. And you know what it's like when you hold something in your hand and you open a drawer, you just put it in the drawer. But that's not it at all. For goodness sake. What did I do with that? Oh dear. I have no idea. So anyway, I was going to use my Nouveau powder that I got in my last kit 19, I think it was. Kit 19, and of course, obviously, I can't find it now. So I'm just going to break the page by just spraying on some colour. This is just a food colouring with water, which is always, you know, the cheap way to get a spray colour. I'm still looking. And then I'm just going to dry this, so you'll have to excuse the noise of the dryer. I'm hoping that actually the webcam there will cancel out the noise. while I still look. I can't believe that I picked it up out of the basket to use it. I was going to use it the first thing, and I can't see it now at all. Isn't that just amusing? Well, it's amusing to me. It may not be amusing to you, but it's amusing to me. But there it is, right by the side of me. So let's have a look. This is a shimmer powder. Creates beautiful metallic color burst. It says keep away from children. I was hoping that just doing that would, because it's still wet on there, so I'm hoping that that will burst the color out. And the reason why I wanted to use this is because, of course, with the dots and that, it's not just going to form one color. Hopefully it's going to form more than one color, because there's blues and yellows in the green, because of course blue and yellow make green. So I wonder if if I spray it, wonder whether it will spread a little bit more now, because I don't really want swirls and that on there. You can see the blues. You may or may not be able to see the blues and that in there. It's an old index card that I was using to make notes on for a card I was making. Because I quite often do that. I'll use my index cards just to make notes on as I go along. It's looking quite white in the viewfinder there. This is looking quite white, but in actual fact, in real life, it's green. It's completely green, but it's still picking up white in the camera. Just using a bit of old book paper as my little mop up there, because I do use book paper in my mixed media projects, so it's always good to have a bit of colour on them. It's come out now with some very interesting dots and things on there, but obviously you can't see it because my camera's picking it up as white, a lot of white. Just going to dry off the back a bit, because that helps to flatten out the paper as well. So I hope the noise wasn't too loud or intense for you. Normally, when I'm live streaming with other people, what I'll do is I'll usually flick to them and then turn my sound off so you don't hear it. But the gals that I normally stream with on my channel, it's what is it? It's 12 midnight where they are. So yeah, no playing with them today. Next week maybe, I'm hoping. Sure. I've got some napkins here that I'm going to use on here still, just to build up the background a bit more. And I thought I'd just pop some of this book paper on here too, just because it adds interest, doesn't it? So I blame Patty Tolly Parish for my bit of a croaky voice and things. After watching her, I'll blame her. for it. Hi, Susan. How are you? It's just me, myself, I today. As I say, it's a bit late in Ireland and Scotland at the moment, so and I didn't see them online before I came on, so I thought, well, they'll probably be in bed, so I won't annoy them and wake them up by messaging them, you know, like if they've forgotten to turn off their messenger. It's nothing worse than being woken from a nice deep sleep by the sound of your messenger going off. Believe you me. So yeah, last couple of days I've just been watching Patty Tolly and watching stencils and jelly print. Been doing the jelly prints, and she was saying she hasn't done jelly printing for a while, and so she's out of practice. And it's the same with index cards and mixed media. If you don't do it all the time, you do get out of practice. Yeah, just me. And you don't mind just me being on today, do you? I'll try and waffle on. The reason why I like be with other people is that I don't have to think of things to say. Don't have to keep this stream of chat going on my own. I'm not naturally a chatty person. I prefer to sit and listen to others talk. So it's actually quite a difficult thing for me to do, to come on and talk. I much prefer other people to do the talking. Yeah, my hubby's back in the UK again, so I won't chat to him much because it's different, you know, the different times and everything. So he's there for a while. He's there for a month before he comes back here for a week, and for my birthday. He's coming back for my birthday. Thanks, hubby. So he's there for a week, month. Sorry, he's back here for a week, I think, before he goes away again. So yeah. Yeah, me and my hubby are like the perfect partnership because he likes to talk, and so I get there to sit. I get to sit there and I don't have to put in any effort with my hubby whatsoever because he can talk for both of us. So I suppose that's why with my streaming partners, I like to partner with people who will talk because after 30, what's it? How long we been married? 30. How long? 89, 34 years of marriage. You know, it's a bit late for me to get into the art of talking. What would I do? Yeah, he's always travelled like that. Yes, always away more than his home, and that's why we have a long marriage. Because yeah, I probably couldn't put up with him if I had to live with him all the time, all that talking. Joke. It's a joke. Honestly, darling, if you're watching, it's a joke. I don't mean it. I do really, but no, I don't mean it. I am going to dry up this. This is where I miss the girls, you see, is that when I want to dry something off, of course, I can mute myself and they'll just continue talking on for me. So I miss them when I can't mute myself. Just keep the old sound on and hope the noise cancelling works a little bit. Just going to dry it off a little bit now. I've no idea what I'm doing on here yet. It just like these things just develop. You just put layers on, and then when you think you've got enough layers on, then you just finish it off. Yes, fantastic. It's we both get to do what we want to do while still being married. Perfect. I'm just going to take my time in drying these and that, you know, just have a nice relaxing morning. What's left of the morning for me. I've already been to work today. Finished for the day now, back to work tomorrow. I'll have done 12 days without a day off by the time I get a day off. So I'm back into that old boring routine again of, you know, getting to work weekends when you don't really want to. It's very hard to say no to cover someone when you know that they really need your help. It's like, oh, yeah, because you imagine you put yourself in the position of the person that you're being a support worker for, and imagine how it would be if they couldn't find anyone to cover. It's like, you know, I find it very difficult to say no when I know they're relying on me. I wish I could say no, actually. Sucker, just call me sucker. Yeah, it's getting cold here. It's autumn, but the last couple of days have been warm days. You know, it's like a, what they call it, halcyon. No, they call it halcyon summer days. No, they call it Indian summer here. Well, actually, in the UK, if you get a warm autumn, they call it an Indian summer, which is a very late summer. So yeah, we've last couple of days the nights have been really freezing cold, but the days have been pleasantly warm. Pleasantly warm. Yeah, they need help, and so, you know, it's like I find it difficult to say no. So and then I find that I'm working stupid length of time before in between days off, you know. So just putting some gesso on. I put out way too much, but it's a big jar, and I find that it comes out quite fast in the big jar. So I always end up putting out more than I need. And just a small project. Might try to get it back in the jar. Oh, you call it Indian summer there too? Great. I thought it was just us being weird. Let's see if I could just wipe back some of this gesso. Don't need to be on there too thick, but I do want it to be on there. Yeah, I was just trying to think the last time I did Index Card Sunday, and I can't remember offhand. I wonder if I'm just going to do this abstract or whether I will. I don't know yet. feeling hasn't come upon me. So I say I won't know until I get layers and layers and layers. No idea what it's going to be. It's the joy of it. And of course, I've been watching lots of Elizabeth Brewer because she helps me sleep at night. I usually go to sleep watching her because she can talk. That lady can talk. Liz, we ought to call her Lizzie the Lip because that girl can talk. Lizzie Long Lips. Elizabeth Brewer. Lizzie Long Lips. That girl can talk. Yeah. And of course, I've been watching Patty Tolly Parish as well, watching her doing her jelly plate printing, her stencils. She's just showing someone called Jones Smithy's stencils. I liked a few of those. Not going to buy any because I can't afford. Because I've just been, I've just had to buy the new camera and that, so I can't afford anything else. I'm waiting for my kit to arrive, kit 21 to arrive from Tonic that my hubby paid for me for all this year, which is nice. I didn't show the last kit I received because I had no camera and that, so I decided not to bother. Don't bother. Just going to pop some more colour on, I think. Let's see. That's good to know. I just some people that I've been subscribed to have just started making videos again, I think, because I've got all these strange people popping up on my feed now that I can't remember who they were. It's like, oh, okay, why did I subscribe to this lady? I can't remember. And it's like, oh, I can't remember. So I'm watching a lot of people that that I don't ever remember being subscribed to. Which is always fun, huh? All right, Jerry Crafting. All right, I shall have to watch Jerry Crafting. I'll go back and have a look. It's probably because people are recommending me people, and I go and subscribe and think, oh yeah, that's great, and then I don't ever remember subscribing to them. That's the age thing going on, isn't it? Darn it. Jerry's. Is it Jerry's Crafting or just Jerry's? I'm thinking of changing my channel name to Nicky, just Nicky. That'll confuse everyone after they call me Carson. They'll think, who's this Nicky gal? I did it for anonymity, but most people know, well, you know who I am now. Most people, lots of people don't know me. What am I on about? I used to like being called Carson because Carson was my cat. Loved him to bits. But maybe it's time to grow up, you know. Not that I want to. Yeah. Jerry's crafting. It is Jerry's crafting, right? Okay. Could always do inspiration from the cards and things. Been so taken up with painting just recently. It's yeah, about time to get back to the crafting as well. I wonder if I'll have time for everything I want to do. I was watching someone, I don't know, doing that hot foiling with the latest machine that's come out. And I don't know, I'm subscribed to her, and you know, she's one of the ladies that popped up, and I'm thinking, I don't know this lady. I don't know why I've subscribed to her, but there she is. Yeah, this was my my cat now. Yes, he does. He's got like the squidgiest face, of course, because he's only got one eye. The other eye was removed before I had him, and he's almost totally blind in the other eye as well. So he's a very amusing cat. The little troubles he gets himself into is quite funny. Right then. I feel a stencil coming on because I've been watching lots of stencil crafting, so maybe I feel a stencil coming on. Oh, look, here's something I made this the other day just from toilet paper, just for a test to see what it looked like. I might put that on there, because that's what it's all about, is using your stuff, isn't it? I bought this a while ago now, and so it's that one there. I used toilet paper in there, and it's a toilet paper mold thing, so it's as light as anything, doesn't weigh anything. Gonna put some circles on there because we all like circles, don't we? Okay, let's find a nice colour to put on there. It's probably the wrong colour to go on. I just sprayed some colour on there. Don't even know what I did now. So it's been so long, as it's sat on my desk for so long. Don't remember. Ooh, I've got this embellishment mousse. So let's use some of this, shall we? Oh, it's all dried up, look, I think. I think it's dry. Is it dry? Let's have a dig around. Might have to try and warm it up, see if that will work. See if that will get it going. Look for the smaller dots, actually. If I look for the smaller dots, because it will be scaled right then, won't it? Yeah, he is. He's a nice big boy. I like big cats. So yeah, he is. It's quite heavy when he sits on your mind. Yeah, I've no idea how to use it, so you might tell me how to use it. I'm just making this up. It's dried out in there, I think. So heating it up might help, might not though, you know. Might have to wet it or something. Yeah, dried out. Look at that. It's dried out mousse. If Anne-Marie was here now, I'd be going, there's mousse loose about this house. Okay. I should watch tutorials on how to do this before I do it. And those tonic gals and things. A wine. Alison and a wine. Dan. Actually, it's quite nice. It does have a lot of dimension to it. Small dots. I want some small dots. Small dots, small circles. Ram it in there, I say. This is called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway crafting. You learn a lot by doing this way. Seat of your pants crafting. Tonic products are the best. Okay. This was expandable mousse. Then the heat made it expand, shouldn't it? Yeah. Might just take some of that off because who knows what it will dry like. What do some bit of circles up here. Try not to set myself on fire. That wouldn't be a good look, would it? If I don't like the way those bubbles come out, I could always just wipe them off. Let's see. I got a bubble picture. What's that look like on there? It's getting to look almost like a pond, isn't it? A pond. I've made another pond. Yeah. Yes, we do. 111. 111. Yeah, my son's volunteer firefighter. but he's just moved town, so he's back on the list to become a local firefighter there. It's all volunteer, and the waiting list to become a firefighter is quite long. But I think he's number 7 where he is at the moment. So number 7 on the list to get back into it again. It's just you and me today, Susan. Oh, which is pleasant. I feel like I'm with an old friend. Sure. This mousse here, which one was this? It says adds metallic dimension or detail to your craft project. I don't know about that. Not too sure about that. No, you don't need to share me. It's okay. I'm happy. I'm happy chappy. I don't need to be shared. I know that Anne-Marie usually shares my stream, and that I don't bother. I always think if people are going to watch me, they're going to watch me, and if they don't want to, they won't. I may do a second card because I'm feeling sort of like, in the mood now. Just depends if my stomach starts rumbling because it's almost lunchtime. I think I am going to put that heart on there just because it stands out so well, doesn't it? Stands out quite nicely, I think. Quite nicely. So let's see what else I got. Oh, I got butterflies. Got that picture of my mum and dad still. It's my mum and dad. Got a cute little bird. Oh, life's a journey. Look at that. It looks as if that was almost made for it, doesn't it? Oh, I'm almost hitting my head on the stand from the camera too. It's funny. Got a butterfly. Sparkly butterfly. I could make this a girly one, couldn't I? Make it a bit girly. Some cute little ribbons there. Oh, it's very pastel-y, isn't it? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do it like this. Let's see if I can. If I glue this one down, then I'm committed, aren't I? I am. See, someone sent me this one in Iraq, and it was on the envelope, I think it was, and it's all sparkly. It's all sparkly. It's very girly. It's a girly one to start with. I like it. The colours are girly. Let's see if I've got. Maybe that might be a little bit too. let's see if I put this on here, I can never squeeze these little bottles out very well. If I put that on there, then I can smudge it on my finger and go around the corners of this one. See what that does for it, if anything. You like the heart. I might put the heart on the other one. I think it's just the wrong colour to go on here. This is kind of like, I like the colours that have come up on this one. So, and the heart, although it does pop on there, it's like the wrong colour for it. That's just what I feel. This is more pastel-y, isn't it? Life's a journey. What I'm going to do is just pop that to the side. And then I'm going to see if I can darken around the edges here. Without going black. Let me do my usual black. You can't tell colours exactly on camera yet. Yeah. Yeah, these are complementary colours on here now, and the heart is a bit of too much of a contrast, I think, as soon as I've gone complementary on these. Might make a stronger background for the heart. Do another one and make a put the heart on the other one. Life's a journey. So this is my Nuvo tape runner, and I don't know whether you can see it, but it says on there top. Top. So that should help me, shouldn't it? Top. I'm just going to put it on the tape runner and see how that does. And then I'll have to glue the others down, I think. Cat hair. Don't want a cat hair on there, do we? Nope. Top. Yeah, you have to get it on the top, otherwise the tape runner doesn't run. Just going to cut that little bit off there. It's cute. It's very pretty. Pretty. Should be using a glue dot for that, but I can't be bothered to go to the drawer and get it out, so I'm hoping it's going to stick. Yeah, yeah, it's very it's good, but you can hardly see it, of course, because it's in white. You can hardly see what it says there. Cute. You have to look for it. Oh, my tea's cold now, so that's not good. We'll just leave that one there and it will dry on its own, and we'll do another one and we'll see if we can get this heart on it this time. Card. Index card. Got my little Batman on that one, look. Oh. So I was just using up some spare paper there and I just popped that on there. I don't know why. Got my mermaid clip. Let's have a look. That one will do. Let's see. Oh, it's a grunge. That's too dark, isn't it? Too dark. Interesting. This could be an interesting start for one, couldn't it? Let's have a look. Just some oxide sprays that I did. Let's just have a look. Oh, sweet. I look forward to receiving it. I was going to say, if you post it soon, it'll get here for my birthday. Oh, just laughing so much there, I just can't get a straight line. Don't even remember when that was. Actually, could be 3 months. Not sure it's 5, could be 3. Let's see. Oh, mighty glue stick again. No worries. Be nice, a nice surprise for my birthday. There you go. Be awesome, I am sure. Right, what I'm going to do with this maybe is it's going to be a bit spooky. That maybe I won't do that. That's kind of spooky. I'm not into spook. Not into spook really. Oh, look, I've got a flower. Nope. 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 This will move. I wonder if I put anything on there. That colour move. Oops. Spray all of it, why don't you? Just mix it all in. Mix it all in. Smooch it in. And they say these are the best tools in the world. Smooch. Smooch. Yeah, I've changed the colour of the heart some. I probably will. I'll probably just put some gesso over the top of it. Yeah. I'm just going to do this, smudge up the background on this one. Because the boy and the girl in the background there were just freaking me out a little bit. So I don't know why. Did they just were? I'm just going to play on this one, just get it to abstract a little bit. It's going to be a horrible mess for a while, this one. Looks like my granny's writing there. From beyond the grave. I don't know where that came from. Just excuse me. Let's have a look. What can I do with this? I can grunge it up a little bit more, can't I? Let's put this back. This is why my things dry out, just because I don't put the lids back on properly. Oops. Oops. Oh. No, I won't go too dark. I was going to say I've got some black gesso there as well, but no, that would take it too dark, wouldn't it? That'd be silly. Just lighten it up. Lighten it up a touch. If I can. Some green on my fingers going on there. I'm changing the colour a little bit. I don't want to make it too wet because my toilet paper might start coming apart. It might start unraveling. And that's my watch telling me to get off my bottom and go for a walk. I don't know whether you can hear it when it does that vibrating thing, but it's saying, get up, it's step o'clock. Love it. It's always nagging at me. Go walk. Silver rubbing wax. Oh, you guys think I've got everything silver rubbing wax? got this one. Let's have a look. Got my phone. You can let me know. Okay. I might go purple on it, actually. Green and purple. That would work. Purple. Got to do some stamping on there. purple this one up, I think. If I can. Did some toilet paper stamping, kind of same idea, amazing how hard it dries and so cheap. So cheap. Have a look. Very cool. I've got some purple mica spray. It's not very it doesn't come out, it's quite a, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't come out very dark. It's quite light. Thought I was buying something else when I bought it, but yeah, it comes out very light. Very light. Oh my god. Ugh. This is a really old book paper and I've just got it wet and I'm drying it now and it stinks. Ugh. Oh, I think this paper is, oh my goodness. Came from a book and the book's 1977, I think. Oh. I think maybe it's been sprayed by some animal over the years. Oh my god, that stinks. That is horrendous. Oh, I'm gonna throw that one away. Oh, that is not nice. Oh my god. Oh. You know, sometimes old books don't smell very nice, do they? And that is definitely one that doesn't smell nice. Oh, oh, that was not nice. Oh, I wondered what it was that was smelling then, and it wasn't that. It was, whew. Mm. Oh, man, that was stinky pinky. Stinky. Oh. Let's see if I can just oh, that was not nice, I tell you. Oh, you know what I was saying about my mini dots? Well, they're just over there. This is like a wax crayon melted. I'm working it in there. Work it, girl. Work it, girlfriend. Yeah. Look, the toilet paper's gone to mush now because it got too wet. So I'm going to have to glue it back together a bit. Maybe I shouldn't put that in because it might go mouldy. As I understand, these things can go mouldy. So let's put that on there. Crafting is exercise. Work it, girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've got a purple gelato. What am I doing? What was I doing? I've already got a purple gelato. Just come on, get the brain into gear. I told you once you've been out of practice for a while, it takes you a little bit to get back into it, doesn't it? I'm going to have to just glue a couple of these little bits down because the toilet paper is coming apart. I'm going to glue it to the index card anyway, but not yet. Put that to the side to dry out a little bit, and immediately put it into the gesso that I've got there, because why wouldn't I do that? Better not put it on my teacup to dry. Wouldn't look too good, would it? No. No, Nicky. No. Okay, so I've got a little bit of green there. Let's do a bit of stamping on here. Yeah, hundreds of techniques. So I think this is going to be my Anne-Marie grungy one. Grungy heart from Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, I'm channeling the grunge. Do you see the sun just come out a little bit then? Sun will come out tomorrow at your bottom dollar. See, that was an interesting colour change, wasn't it? Very interesting. Now, am I going to... Yeah, they are. They are both sweet ladies. Sweet, sweet ladies. I do love them. Oh, see, look now. There's a thing. Oh, I like that. I do like it. Let's not throw that away. Oh, glue stick, stop. Now, you see, I was on before about my glue dots to stick the bow on, and it was just like sat on the side of me. And it's like, man, I thought it was in the drawer, but it wasn't. It was just sat by the side of me all the time. So we'll pick up a glue dot and stick this on with a glue dot, because that will stick it down. Stick it down. So here you go, I'm channeling my Anne-Marie. Oh my gosh, the sun's really coming out now. Oh, it kind of goes, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, strong Scottish accent, we think of Anne-Marie. My sister's just sold her her business in Scotland, in the far north of Scotland, and she's moving down to the far south, the far north of England, to be with her daughter and grandkids, closer to them. So yeah, her husband had a stroke a couple of years ago, and they found the business too hard to continue with. So they've just sold it, and they have to be out by the end of May. So exciting times for her. And selling the business, they're able to buy a place outright, and so he doesn't have to work unless he wants to, you know. So no pressure on him, because he was left with a couple of little things, you know, not quite right after the stroke. So yeah, home is where the heart is. Isn't that funny? I did that, and then my sister came to mind. Scotland, yes. Isn't it funny how your brain comes in and makes associations and things, and quite often you'll find it on what you're making as well. Once you start thinking of something, it all falls together in a certain way. Well, that's what I find anyway. I don't know whether it's what I'm doing that prompts the memory, or whether it's the memory prompts you to do something else. Never quite understand the way it works, but it works. Let's see, should put some tacky glue to get this one on there. I'm going to leave it hanging over the edge as well. This glue it's never at the end you want it, is it? And then if you leave it upside down, it all just like comes out. Girls who use this all the time in paper crafting have my deepest respect. Yes, it is. It's not going to come out with the lid on now, is it? Come on, be serious. I was going to say this is all spongy now. It'll dry nice and hard there when it dries back again. There we go. There we go. I might actually darken up the corners, the edges just a little bit more. And two, I've done two. Woohoo, getting back into it. I may throw this rest of this stink eye book paper that I have here from that book away, because that stunk really badly. I've never come across that before. Yuck. Yeah. Actually, Europe is a cool place to live. Just with the Brexit thing going on, you know, it's like no one knows what's going to happen yet, do they? My mum lives in Europe. She lives in Spain. She doesn't know how her pension will be affected or anything yet by the Brexit if they go with no deal. She may find herself up the S Creek without a paddle. Who knows? None of us do. No, you don't. No, for real, you don't. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking of, I need to throw that paper away because that stunk. Once it was wet, it didn't smell very nice at all. No, it's not. Not yet. No, it's not into being yet. We're still trying to get a deal. You know, it's a little bit ungrateful, really, when you think of all Britain did for Europe during the Second World War, First and Second World Wars, actually. Took till the 1970s, the mid 1970s, with good old Margaret Thatcher for us to pay off our debt that we went into during the Second World War. Yeah, she had only just finished, you know, balancing the books, and after all the money we had to borrow to go to war, lots of people forget all that. They forget all about, you know, history, past history. Too young, they're not interested in finding out history and why it's important, and yeah, all the connotations and the in things that go on between countries, and you know, people should learn about history more before they decide about what's happening in the future. Anyway, I'm out of that. I'm out of it. Quite pleased actually to no longer live in the UK. What have I got here? Good old mum and dad, look. Could actually put that on there. Kind of goes, doesn't it? I think so. Kind of feels like it should be on there. My dad was 6'4", and my mum 4'10". She's got high heels on, and she's actually stood on a step. Oh, they look beautiful together, my mum and dad. Yeah, hiding the bridesmaid, of course, because I don't know whether she's still alive or not, and how she feel about her photograph being on there. I don't know. I don't know. Don't really know. Be okay, I suppose. There we go. Mummy and Daddy. Don't know whether to just do a little bit around here, just to sort of like fasten this to the background, really. Still wobbling about a bit because the glue hasn't dried yet. Still a little bit spongy. So there we go. My dad's no longer with us, although my mum is still here. Mummy. Oh yeah, very feisty. My mum tells this lovely story of when she met Tom Jones the once. I don't know whether you know Tom Jones, the great Welsh singer. And when she was younger, and she was in the clubs, and you know, she'd gone to see Tom Jones live, and she was trying to get served at the bar, and of course, being only 4'10", you sort of like get lost in the crowds. And she said she suddenly felt herself being lifted up in the air and plonked onto the top of the bar. Someone had picked her up and put her on top of the bar and said in his beautiful Welsh accent, "Get this lady a drink." And that was Tom Jones bought my mum a drink, and he lifted her up on the bar to do it as well. Oh, it's my mum's Tom Jones story. And that was like way before he became famous, you know. Way before, when he was touring the clubs and things back in the UK. Yeah, by Tom Jones himself. Cute. That's my mum's famous Tom Jones story. Right, I think that's it. I think that's me for the day. And yeah, just getting back into index card making. So there you go. Number 1 and number 2. Still, you know, not sure about the heart, but it will do. Looks, I feel mean now because I plonked it on top of the bridesmaid. Maybe I can just drag it over a bit. No, I'll leave it where it is. You watch a video now and then. He was very sexy, I suppose, in a Welsh kind of way. So there we go. And yeah, that's me going, and I'm going to grab some lunch now. And thanks for joining me, Susan, and keeping me company. I've enjoyed it. Thanks very much. See you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye, Susan.